damn Cain, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the buck. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why the people try to define infrastructure right on that.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts.
Set to kick off.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A give. This is Michel. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 43 yards.
First down, Jets.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, they run with Michel. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Anthony Barr.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did it.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. A.J. Epinesa brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Jalen Smith tied for 6th in the NFL in tackles last year, in on the stop there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The give is to Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
It's 3rd and 11.
Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, Bridgewater. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jalen Smith drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. It's complete to Drake. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Trubisky's pass.
Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7, Colts nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Ties the game at 7. Dustin Hopkins set to kick.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return comes Drake. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Kenyon Drake on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That catch good for only a couple.
At the 26-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. A give to Jones. Oh, what a move. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Check nine, check nine.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit.
14.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken about 7 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he knocks it through.
Good. That ties the game at 14. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return comes Drake. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Complete.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
He was taking. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 20.
Jets.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports.
14-14.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to take the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jones. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to it and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a night.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Brown in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 58 for my
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's Adrian Peterson in his 14th NFL season. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Slam. Hey, watch it. Out.
This is Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Jones. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Justin Houston.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll run it here with Smith. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Colts 28, Jets 21. Dustin Hopkins set to
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets it.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Derek Brown in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Now a toss, left side, Michel. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. Throwing here, Trubisky. And it's caught by Parker. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
New York.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Trubisky to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up second down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a man coming off a career season. Here's Kenyon Drake. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
Second down.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now the 2nd down throw on target. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go with Michelle. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Brought down at
now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Trubisky. It's complete. Stills. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Colts' 14-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Trubisky will throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Complete.
Sony Michel in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Stephen Hauschka for the extra point.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand-new ball game. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now a hit and a loose football. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Jay Sternberger taking it in. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
For the extra point.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. It's brought in by Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Here's 2nd and 10.
10-yard line.
Bridgewater. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 10 yards out. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And things are getting good now. We're heating up, tied at 35.
Ties the game, 35-35. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down and 7. Here's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
33-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Jets 42, Colts 35.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Harris on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big run there by Jones. 56 yards. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Now Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's 3rd and 5.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he's got Lockett. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. On first down, Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ronald Jones with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Good. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 31-yard line.
Working with a second and 4. Here's Trubisky to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 45 on second down, Trubisky. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bruce Irvin able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Second and 11 at the 17-yard line.
Second and 11 now. They'll go again to Jones. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
The defense going to blanket the field. 6 now in the secondary here for 3rd and 15. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
56.
Here's Bridgewater. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Incomplete.
The Colts send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Indianapolis. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Devontae Parker.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. A give, this is Michel. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets are going to take the lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and a defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Brian Burns. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that one will be accepted. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A huge play that time for the Colts. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Second and goal at the 5-yard line.
They try again with Peterson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Stop short of the goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Peterson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It'll be a loss of 1, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete, and he'll be out right at the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're going to try to eat some clock with Michel. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Trubisky going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. First and goal. Following the penalty, Michel. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. We just had 3 rushing touchdowns, and, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Bridgewater. He's got Smith here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 31. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he slings one that's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. The give is to Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. To throw is Bridgewater. It's complete to Lockett. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 2nd and 4. And it's Michel once again, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. On the handoff, it's Michel, and he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, You've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Could count on my power and look at my dogs from. Way back then, claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did the little go miss? Her she remembered she mixed. Met her at one of the she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Need a light year just to catch my buzz. He's right here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave.
Damn, Kane, you done killed Abel. Unbalanced land trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the buck. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. I can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Time to try and go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why the people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time. Infrastructure right, I don't got time. I could it's all to we're talking about to protecting the sons and daughters from political and slaughter.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give a about what they say.